I know you were hoping for a pool day today.
Yes, I was.
Maybe a stray storm this afternoon, but you'll get plenty of chances over the next week or so.
Okay, I'm going to have to hold you to that because it's your responsibility after all.
It is, yeah. We do control the weather over here in the Storm Center, so I'll make a few calls and see what I can do. The snowfall, it is heavy, it is wet. Check this out. It is a farmer's dream. By Sunday morning, I-70 had reopened, so all the truckers that were forced to stay here for the night were back on the road. We do have a lot of snowfall, especially for our northern counties, where Beatty picked up 11.7 inches of snowfall. A little bit less here in Topeka, only about 2 inches. Beverly, I've been working on this over the past couple of minutes. What do you think?
You're getting, like, you're great.
I know.
You want to keep it a little bit faster.
Woo!
And put some flair with it. Put your hand up, pulsate.
See, I'm not all about flair, though. It is just to the northwest of Junction City right now, progressing off to the northeast at about 25 miles per hour. The farmers are begging for some rainfall, especially up by the Nebraska border, and hopefully we can give you some more today. If we do see any showers, they'll be very isolated in nature, but hey, this chance is still there. Let's give you a live look outside now with our triple box of sky cams and notice how the skies have really cleared out for Emporia and Topeka. Still a little bit more cloud cover off to the north for Mayetta from our Prairie Bank Casino sky cam, and temperatures are responding to the sunshine right now. In fact, we're already into the 80s. It is 83 over at the airport. A fast warm up with those winds out of the east at 12, helping to usher in more humidity as well as that warmer weather. That's why our dew point temperature is at 70 degrees. So we're going to feel every single degree later on today. Now, we get a lot of weather photos into the Weather Center, but I think this is one of the best we have seen. This is from Chris Parrington. He's from Wilburton, Oklahoma, but he was in Hoyt back on Monday visiting his son Zach, and he captured this photo. Very impressive. If you have a photo you want to submit, just send it to weather@49abcnews.com. Partly cloudy skies for you folks in Hoyt right now. We're seeing partly cloudy skies basically everywhere else. A pop-up shower or two near St. Joseph and Kansas City at this hour, but otherwise I think we'll be dry through the early afternoon. Now late this afternoon, we'll see the cloud cover build up and we could be talking about a few isolated showers and storms. It's not really associated with that cold front that passed through yesterday. Basically, the reason that we have a chance is because of the high humidity as well as the very warm conditions for this afternoon. So it's basically going to be a function of the heating of the day, but that chance will be with us until we hit sunset. Beyond that, it looks like we'll really start to dry out. So through the afternoon, there's that chance for isolated showers and storms. We won't be talking about severe weather, but if you do get caught under one of those stronger storms, we could be talking about some heavy rainfall, maybe a half an inch up to an inch of accumulation. True rainfall trying to break out. A few isolated showers tomorrow morning, probably a little bit overdone. The sunshine does return by tomorrow afternoon all the way through Sunday, and that's when the humidity really starts to settle on in. Today, 87 for the high. A renegade storm not out of the question for this afternoon. Otherwise, a little bit cooler than the past few days. For tonight, we do fall back to 65. It will be dry and mild after midnight. And then for tomorrow, 87 for the high as the sunshine returns in full force. That humidity is back by Sunday at 92 and then 93 for Monday as you head back to work. It is going to be downright icky and sticky for next week. Lower to middle 90s as we head throughout the upcoming work week. We do have a slight chance for storms possibly on Friday, but right now it looks like a slim chance at best with overnight lows into the 60s and the 70s. So I know you were hoping for a pool day today.
Yes, I was.
Maybe a stray storm this afternoon, but you'll get plenty of chances over the next week or so.
Okay, I'm going to have to hold you to that because it's your responsibility after all.
It is, yeah. We do control the weather over here in the Storm Center, so I'll make a few calls and see what I can do.
I know that the farmers I spoke to yesterday would definitely like for you to hold it off a little bit. They've got some stuff to do, so.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff to do, and I know our northern counties have been parched over the past couple of weeks, so they need more rainfall. But for us in and around Topeka and Manhattan, we're about 5 inches ahead for the year, so we can wait a week or two before we see that rain and maybe get some work out in the fields done.
All right, well, thank you, Blake.
Cone by cone, the chances anyone was going to make it out of Salina faded away. By Saturday night, the Kansas Highway Patrol shut down a 250-mile stretch of I-70 from Salina to the Colorado state line. In Goodland, blowing snow kept visibility near zero and drifts piled up to 7 feet high. For some, the conditions were
scary. I don't like bad weather.
Others took it in stride.
You live here, you expect it.
Most people heeded the warnings and turned around. This guy from Ohio didn't even bother stopping. Not sure how far he made it. And to make matters worse, wrestling tournaments in Hays and Salina threw down any chance of getting a hotel room. This truck stop literally became that, as more than 100 truckers buckled down and passed the time.
Watching TV, just kick back, relax, get some sleep, read the book.
And that overnight package you sent FedEx might be a little bit late. By Sunday morning, I-70 had reopened, so all the truckers that were forced to stay here for the night were back on the road. Conditions have improved and travel has returned to normal, but proof of the storm is still caked on highway markers like this one. In Salina, Blake Smith, 49 News. We saw hot and steamy conditions yesterday. Guess what? We're going to see it again for today before some big changes come in as we wrap up the work week. Temperature-wise right now, not all that bad, into the 60s to around 70. For our friends in Osage City, it is 66. Burlington checking in at 64, 69 in Fairview, Oldsburg at 67, and Morganville 71 degrees. We do have a few passing clouds right now, not all that bad to start off this morning, and I think we'll see a lot of sunshine as we head throughout the rest of today. But we are watching a cold front off to our northwest. Here it is. It's across the Dakotas, extending back through Wyoming and Montana, bringing them some beneficial rainfall. They really need it. They don't need the severe weather, and it looks like eastern North Dakota will see more severe weather later on today. But this is going to eventually slide our way. By tonight, our northwestern counties could be talking about a few isolated showers, and then all of us have a better chance as we head throughout the day on Friday. So here's the breakdown courtesy of TrueView Sky, keeping the skies clear for this afternoon. It will be a fast warm-up, eventually seeing highs into the lower to middle 90s, a little bit above average for this time of year, and it's going to feel a lot worse. In fact, it's going to feel like the upper 90s, if not right around 100 degrees for today. Overnight, we do fall back into the 60s to around 70. Just a few passing clouds in Topeka, but as I mentioned, maybe a shower or storm in our northwestern counties. And then come tomorrow, it's back to a chance for storms, especially by the afternoon. As we get that daytime heating, we could spark off some isolated to scattered showers and storms. TrueView rainfall not really breaking out too much in the way of significant rain. If we do see any, it should be along our northern counties from basically Hiawatha through Marysville as well as Washington, along into the north of Highway 36. For places like Manhattan and Topeka, up to about a quarter, maybe a half an inch of rain is expected by tomorrow and tomorrow evening. So here's the bottom line. Hot and steamy for today. As we head toward tonight, we will see that cold front approaching, and that could spark off a few isolated showers. The better chance holds off for tomorrow, and it might actually linger into Saturday. Sunshine does return as we head towards Sunday. Today, 93 for the high. Tonight, we do fall back to the upper 60s to around 70, and then for tomorrow, only into the upper 80s. That's thanks to the increase in the cloud cover and a better chance for storms. It does get even better by Saturday. Look at that, 86 degrees. Not too bad considering it is July in northeast Kansas after all. 89 on Sunday, and then back to the 90s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Overnight lows into the 60s and the 70s. You know, by this point last year, we had already seen 4 days at or above 100 degrees. We haven't even come close to that so far this year.
We have absolutely nothing to complain about.
No, it's been a really nice ride, and it looks like it will continue for the next week.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
The snow has picked up in intensity just since we've been out here. And what would a snow live shot be without your trusty ruler? We have about 2.5 3 inches of snowfall on the ground here at US 75 and I-70. The snowfall is starting to accumulate on the roadways behind me. KDOT, the city, the county crews, they've been out here all evening long sanding and plowing, so they are keeping the roads in pretty good shape. But I think one Topeka woman might disagree with me. Here's what happened to her car earlier this evening on US 75 near the Jackson County line. She lost control, spun out, and literally slid 50 feet off the highway.